The next scene features Mr. Carter and Mr. Olivia and is entitled The Speech.
Wait, Mr. Holland?
I'm so sorry. I didn't think so. I'm very sorry. I don't have it, that's why. Sorry, guys. We'll do Seagull Struggle first.
Yay!
Yay! A late loading of the script. Took it from my copy. Sorry. The next monologue will feature Ms. Rhodes and is entitled The Seagull's Struggle. I'm struggling.
So, I've come to the conclusion that life is unfair. I'm not really sure if you noticed, but I'm a seagull. Remember me? I'm the guy that steals all your french fries when you drop food in the parking lot. I think a lot of people assume I have it easy. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Few humans have just about every opportunity life has to offer. But not for me. Nothing for Mr. Seagull other than flying around and eating stray garbage. I used to think it would be nice if I could just swim, you know, underwater like a fish. They seem so happy swimming around, enjoying life, shouting insults at me. Not all fish are horrible though. This one time I was flying above a river and I saw what I thought was a piece of food. I swooped down to get it and it caught my beak. As it turns out, it was actually a live salmon named Barry. So I put him back in the river. I didn't really want to kill a man on a Saturday afternoon. And once he stopped spouting nonsense in between screaming and hyperventilating, I told him about my whole swimming ordeal. And he agreed to help me learn to swim. I should have known it wouldn't work. Some people, I'm disappointed, but some people tell me to just live with it and move on. Find happiness in what I already have. But how am I supposed to do that when the most interesting thing I do on a day-to-day basis is orchestrate French fry heists and fight crows over old sandwiches? Trust me, sounds a lot more exciting than you think. I just don't get it. Everyone seems to be so happy with what's handed to them. Ecstatic even. Why am I the only one who isn't satisfied?
Thank you. And now, the next scene will feature Mr. Levia and Mr. Carter with The Speech. Scene.
No, the senator cannot be there at that time.
Yes, the senator does stand by that policy.
He can make it after his speech tomorrow, but only for a few minutes.
No, he doesn't stand by that policy.
Why? Because he's having dinner with the governor later that afternoon.
Why? He made that quite clear during his policy standing speech in Washington during Free Speech Week last week. I'm glad we can clear that up.
I hate these campaign trips.
Not that bad.
Oh, you're so politically young. This is your first campaign. Trust me, by election day, you won't even want to vote for this guy.
Well, I don't care. I wanted to get into the game for a long time. Besides, why are you complaining? Everything seems to be going just...
Stop. Don't even think that. Don't you know about the campaign jinx?
What's the campaign jinx?
You never say things are going well.
Why not?
Because the minute you do...
How do you know it's bad news?
Because you said things are going well. Yes? No, I'm sorry, the senator's very busy. When did you talk to him? Yes, I know, but that's not on the agenda. Who authorized it? But I know it's a very important organization, but I see. Fine.
Is there a problem?
Yes, thanks to you.
I didn't do anything. All I said is things were going well.
That was enough.
What's the problem?
It appears there's an OMWAM convention in town, and they want the senator to give a little speech.
OMWAM?
Organization of Midwest American Mothers. They're a very important group that we need to have backing us.
So, what's the problem? When do they want the speech?
In an hour. Apparently the senator said he'd be glad to do it.
So, let's talk to the senator and have him postpone it for a couple of hours.
A couple of problems with that. First, the Omlin convention is in an hour. And secondly, the senator's wife is in town.
So,
He hasn't seen her in a few weeks.
again, so.
They're saying hello. Privately.
Oh!
Now, to top it all off, Omlin wants a crime speech. They're really big on keeping our streets safe for children stuff.
So give him his crime speech.
We don't have a current one, and the speech on tomorrow is about health care.
Where's his speechwriter?
On a plane? She's not due here for a couple of hours.
Can't he just wing it?
Are you kidding? Our boy's smart, but he couldn't ad-lib "you're welcome" after someone said thank you. We're gonna have to write one.
Sorry, I lost my place.
I'm not a speechwriter.
I'm not a speechwriter, I'm a press coordinator.
Congratulations! You've just been promoted. Okay, look through all these papers and see if you can find our position paper on crime.
I think this is it.
Great, what does it say about the senator's position on crime?
He doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it. Don't you think that'll come off as a bit anemic?
Well, I mean, here's another one that says he really doesn't like it.
Oh, great. I guess we're gonna have to go to the book.
What book?
This one. It's a book of great American speeches. We keep it around for times like this.
You use other people's speeches? That's terrible.
Why? No one listens to them anyway. Remember that great speech the senator gave at the convention?
Yeah?
John Kennedy's "Ask Not What Your Country Can Do For You" speech. Found it.
This is the Gettysburg Address.
Not by the time we're done with it. Okay, let's see. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Okay, that becomes 87 years ago, our ancestors formed this great and powerful nation where everyone should be safe on our streets.
Wow, that's good, but it was 87 years ago when Lincoln wrote this. Now it would be 218 years.
Good point. You're a natural. Going on. Now we're engaged in a great civil war. Yeah. Let's say now we're engaged in a great war on crime, testing whether our nation is strong enough to survive it.
You are good. Can I have a whack at it?
Sure, we're right here. The part about meeting on the battlefield and dedicating it.
Okay, how's this? Today we meet in towns and cities all over this great country to dedicate the streets to those innocents who have fallen there.
I'm impressed. Keep going.
But we cannot dedicate these streets. Those who have lost their lives on American streets have dedicated them for themselves. Most of the world will not know or remember the thousands who have died. So it is up to us, the living, to make sure that this wave of violence ends. This is the task we are charged with. When it is finished, those who have perished will not have died in vain. This is the only way we can make sure that this government of the people, by the people, and for the people will not perish from the earth.
What can I say? You're a master. Trust me, you're going a long way in politics. Yes? When? Yeah, I should have figured.
What now?
Omlem also wants our boy to do a speech on women's rights.
The Declaration of Independence.
See? The next monologue features Mr. Grimes and is entitled "The Monster Under My Bed."
When I was a kid, I used to be afraid of the monsters under my bed. I'd toss and turn all night, afraid that one day it would take me. For years, just the thought of it gave me nightmares. But as I got older, I let go of that fear, or so I thought. When I started middle school, I was bullied for my fascination with insects. My dad is an entomologist, so he got me interested at a young age. This fascination earned me the nickname Roach Boy after I caught a roach during class. That's when I realized the monsters aren't under my bed. They're everywhere. And when I started high school, the bullying got worse. The monsters there would attack you for the simplest things, like staring too long, not giving homework answers, and even just saying no. I'm surprised most of them can't see through their handcrafted disguises. Those painted on faces, fake smiles, and pretend emotions are all designed to fool you into thinking they're good. You know, the monster that records a fight rather than breaking it up, the ones that have no shame hurting people. You know, I tried to fight back and fight fire with fire. I mean, the world would be a better place without them, right? But there are too many, so I gave up. For years, I felt like a failure, and I couldn't sleep, and it happened again. I felt that old urge to check under my bed. I was horrified by what I saw, a nearly perfect image of myself, but the image twisted. It was awful looking and had teeth that could bite someone in half. That's when I realized the monsters are everywhere. They're all around me because I was one too. I am the monster in my bed.
Our final scene features Ms. Brickner and Ms. Rhodes and is entitled The Accident. Scene.
How do I look?
Pretty awful.
That's how I'm feeling. How long till I can get out of here?
We have to talk.
Fine, post a bail, get me out of here, and we'll go have coffee and talk.
Afraid it's not that easy.
What? I've had DUIs before.
That's just the point. You're a repeat offender. Not looking on you very favorably.
Who cares how they see me? My parents have friends and money. It's all that counts.
Not this time. Not with an accident involved.
There was. Wasn't there?
How drunk were you?
I guess very. How's my car?
How's your car? Is that all you have to say?
I didn't mean it to sound like that. I just don't remember.
Then allow me to refresh your memory. You got drunk, got behind the wheel, slammed into a car with a mother and daughter going home, and drove their car into a brick wall.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sure my parents would pay for any medical costs.
Money can't buy you out of this one.
I'm sure it may cost a little more, but I'm sure we can get out of it.
You really don't get it. Just what do you think you're being charged with?
DUI? I guess endangerment? Having an accident? I don't know. You're the first person I've talked to since last night.
Then let me spell it out for you. The little girl in the car, she died this morning. The mother is in critical condition, and they don't know if she's gonna make it. So aside from the other charges, you're being charged with at least one count of vehicular manslaughter. Possibly two.
Oh no.
Now maybe you're getting the big picture. So the best thing you can do right now is shut up, drop the Superiority Act, and realize there is no quick out on this one.
So, what am I looking at?
I think it's pretty safe to say that you're gonna do some jail time.
No, no, you cannot let that happen.
You don't get it. This has nothing to do with me. The courts are gonna throw the book at you. While you were in here sleeping off last night, they were flashing pictures of the accident all over the 11 o'clock news.
What does that mean?
People are upset. No one wants to see you walk on this, especially when they find out who your family is.
Can't my parents do anything?
You want the truth?
Yes.
Your parents aren't gonna do a thing this time.
What?
They're not gonna bail you out.
Why not?
Why not? I can't believe you just asked that question.
So they're just going to let me go to jail.
In your father's words, it's just what she deserves.
I don't believe it.
Hey, maybe it's time you grasp reality. You killed a person. Maybe two. Nobody can just dismiss that. Not even your parents.
Okay, you listen to me. I cannot go to jail. I won't survive. I can't be locked up with people like that.
That language.
All right, let's go back. And you're just gonna sit there and let this happen?
And you're just gonna sit there and let this happen?
Okay, listen to me. When your father called, I told him I didn't want anything to do with this. I said I thought you should go straight to jail. It wasn't until he agreed with me that I said I'd come down here.
So why are you here?
It's a favor. They want you punished, but they don't want you hurt. I said I'd try and make a deal with the DA to get you sent somewhere, or at least you'll be safe.
What if I don't agree?
You have no choice! Go ahead, fire me, take your chances with a public defender, but God only knows where you'll wind up. Because believe me when I tell you, you are going away.
Okay, you listen to me. I cannot go to jail. I won't survive. I can't be locked up with people like that.
What the hell are you? You are people like that. You killed someone. It hardly makes you citizen of the year.
It's not the same. I had an accident.
No, you were an accident. Just waiting to happen. Just surprised it took this long.
So you're just gonna lie with...
I can't have my life.
I can't have my life taken away like this.
What about the life of that little girl, huh? She was 5 years old. People walk by her grave and comment on how young she was. But what a shame it is. What about her mother and father? You killed her little girl.
It's not the same. I had an accident.
You're talking like I did.
You're talking like I did it on purpose.
You did. Sense.
How could you say that?
How could I say that? How many times have you been arrested for drunk driving? How many programs have you gone through? None of it mattered. You just didn't care.
So you're just gonna sit there and let this happen?
You're happy about this, aren't you?
You're happy about this, aren't you?
Happy? Someone's dead. How can I be happy? What I feel is guilty.
What are you guilty about?
Guilty that you got away those other times. If you'd been locked up somewhere or put away in some clinic, that little girl would still be alive. One.
I see now.
I see now. You don't like me and you want to see me put away.
You're right. I don't like you. I think you're a waste and that you're getting what you deserve.
Why? Because I have money?
Stop trying to see yourself as some put upon minority. A lot of people have money. You cavalierly go about doing whatever you please without one thought to anyone else. And now it's come crashing in on you.
What am I going to do?
Try accepting some responsibility for once. Try apologizing to your parents and to the family of that little girl. I don't know. You figure it out.
Where are you going?
Being arraigned in 2 hours. Gonna talk to the DA and see what I can do.
Please help me. I'm terrified.
Good.
Scene. Thank you for coming, everyone. That was our second show.